tomorrow evening, and we have a responsibility as a ministry. We thought that this evening we usually conclude with our evening media interview. So we thought we'd bring it forward to today, and therefore it was necessary to change to Nyeri today. And then tomorrow, because we will not have to do the media interview, we'll complete with Kirinyaga in good time. And we shall try our best to start as very early in the morning tomorrow in Kirinyaga. So we are happy to be here with the regional security team, county security team, but also with the security team from the national level led by the IG. The IG is a son of the soil, so he's at home, you know. So the Inspector General is here, and the Deputy Inspector General of Police is also here. That is Administration Police, Mr. Masengeli. Today we have had our security briefing just to bolster what we already know about this county and this region. This is the fourth county we are visiting in the region, and the issues affecting central region are basically similar. Our discussion was centered around continuous fight against illicit brew, second-generation alcohol, substandard and counterfeit alcohol, drugs, and generally drug abuse. I'm very happy to note that, pursuant to the efforts that have been put in place by government, Nyeri is county number 41 in terms of proliferation of alcohol and drugs, meaning that it has made very great progress. It's one of the counties in the region, in the central region, that has the lowest proliferation. Of course, Kiambu still leads because of its proximity to Nairobi, but Muranga is also fairly affected because it's part of the Nairobi metropolitan region. But if you, Nyandarua, we were in Nyandarua yesterday, and this ranking is as low, closer to Nyeri. Nyeri is the lowest ranking now of all the counties in the region. So congratulations to particularly the security team, the chiefs, the assistant chiefs, but more importantly, the citizens. There is generally, if you were to listen to the feedback from Central Province, you will think that there is a major crisis of alcohol abuse. But in reality, the reason why it is more pronounced here is because of citizen consciousness. The citizens are very, very conscious about cases of alcohol abuse, drug abuse, and they are very particular in terms of this fight. So every small incident that happens in this Mount Kenya region, the citizens are very conscious to speak about it. But in reality, the worst hit counties are in the western part of the country, led by Trans Nzoia, and then followed by Kakamega and Kisumu. Then, of course, Nairobi and its environs. So the efforts, we are also here to learn from the strategies that have been put in place over time in this region that have helped to reduce this problem of alcohol and drug abuse, so that then in our next visit to Western and Nyanza region, we can be able to share with the citizens and the security team in that particular region. Be that as it may, there is still challenges here, particularly related to second-generation alcohol and adulterated ethanol. This problem is very, very specific. It is perpetrated by not more than 5 businessmen, in quotes, they call themselves businessmen, but particular smugglers of this ethanol, adulterated ethanol. Last night, one of them was arrested based on a particular sting operation that was done by a team that came from Nairobi, working together with our local security team. These particular business people, for some reason, find Laikipia County as a safe haven. So every time there's an operation, they are able to move the ethanol to Nanyuki. And we have a plan for what we need to do in Nanyuki. We discussed that during Jukwaa la Usalama in Laikipia, but we have also agreed today, because we were in Nyandarua, Nanyuki was mentioned. We are here, Nanyuki is mentioned. We were in Laikipia, Nanyuki is mentioned as a safe haven for this people to go and hide their alcohol. So our plan is to make sure that we do a particular operation in Njkia, even as we get to arrest the characters who are operating in this county. We have also agreed in this security meeting, thanks to the fact that we have the IG here and the NACADA CEO, that we are going to establish a national multi-agency team that will work together between NACADA, National Police Service, KEBS, and KRA, particularly those agencies, to work together. For those who are expecting me to have a formal appointment for them, it will not happen. So you will not get an opportunity to do a court order. But we will work together in a multi-agency team, coordinated from Nairobi, so that then we can together do these operations. Where we think that the regional and county teams need support, the national team will come in to help them from time to time until we get rid of this issue of alcohol in our country. But let me emphasize that I am impressed by the progress we've made in Nyeri. Because of the various addictions that over time people have been using alcohol, before I go that, let me say this, that on the part of drugs, cannabis sativa is still a big challenge across this country and this region. Remember that this is also a route of transport, trafficking route from all the way Ethiopia, Marsabit, Isiolo, across here. So, and some of these drugs are left in this county. We also have people growing cannabis sativa in Mount Kenya forest and the neighborhood. And we have agreed that we need to work together in a multi-agency team again, together with Kenya Forest Service and Kenya Wildlife Service, to see how best we can deal with those who are hiding inside the forest to be, and then producing and selling this cannabis sativa around this place. Other than that, let me say this, that as a result of this use, long-term use by various people who are still recovering, we have serious mental health challenges in Nyeri. It is actually shocking to see that we lose about 8 people a month who commit, was it more than 8? Yeah? It's about 8 people. Yeah, County Commissioner, 8? Yeah. So in 2 months, we have lost 16 people committing suicide. This is unbelievable. This is such a huge number. And we need a collaboration with the county government. We need most of these people to go for rehabilitation. We also need counseling services generally in this county. And we have agreed that perhaps working with NACADA and the county government, they need to train people who interact with citizens more often, like religious leaders, like our chiefs, like our assistant chiefs, to see if they can supplement in terms of helping to counsel people and give them directions in life. Because of this abuse of alcohol, sometimes with the least provocation, you find someone committing suicide. Just a small problem, then they commit suicide. We've also realized that of those people committing suicide, almost 70% are men, which is a serious social issue. This issue it's not just law enforcement issue. It requires a whole society approach to see how best we can be able to deal with the challenges that people have. It's not one of the poorest counties, so you cannot attribute it to poverty. So there are more other society challenges that is putting people under pressure. We also have in this county a huge population of students in the universities and colleges. And part of the reasons why we have said that as a county security team, and particularly sub-county security team, they need to incorporate the dean of students in the universities and colleges and their student leaders in their security meetings for purpose of strategy to deal with also this issue of drug menace and various targeted supplies for alcohol, particularly weekends, where some of this ethanol and some of this adulterated alcohol is transported from Nairobi over the weekend to come and hurt many of the students and residents of this area because of various events that take place. This is a fairly closer to Njkia. Njkia is considered a getaway town. And so part of Nyeri, as you move from Nyeri town towards Kieni, as you walk towards Nanyuki, is full of parties, especially around this town and across. And we don't want people to take advantage of our residents of this area. The other security challenge we have in this county that we have discussed is questions about misuse of young people for to confront use of young people to cause violence, burn property, destroy property, kill people, attack people. This is an area that we want to have also a conversation with our citizens in this area. As we go to the elections, we do not want people to charge young people for purpose of violence. And we are very, very much concerned of recent activities during protests where shops have been burned, businesses burned, government vehicles targeted, police stations. That culture must come to an end. We want people to exercise their political rights peacefully and respecting the rights of their colleagues and everybody else in this area. So I think those are some of the key issues we like to mention. Otherwise, generally, Nyeri is very peaceful, a place of many investments, except for these few organized criminals. The rest of the place is very peaceful. People are going about their business. Government projects are going on well. Housing, markets, most of the roads now, contractors are back to site, and these projects are ongoing. And we want to see our people succeed. There is, oh yeah, I almost forgot this. There is because of government interventions, there is a lot of revival in the agriculture sector. So prices of agricultural products are going up, whether it's milk, coffee, and so forth. And as a result, there are theft of farm produce, including avocados, that are doing well in this region. And there is a good working relationship between the security team and the farmers and the cooperatives. We want to ensure that their coffee is escorted to the mills, out of the mills to the stores. We are working with the cooperatives to encourage them to put CCTV cameras. We are also putting under surveillance the security, the watchmen that are taking care of these cooperatives to make sure that they are vetted and we monitor them because some of them are colluding with the thieves to steal coffee. The theft of coffee was a little bit high a few months ago. Last month it was slightly high, 2,000 kilograms of coffee was stolen. But this month, a good job was done. In July, actually. In June, it was high. In July, it came down to only 60 kilograms. And there have been a number of recoveries that have been done for both coffee and avocados. Stealing of these farm products, whether, of course, it's a very negative thing, but the positive story is that there is hope in this area that farming is again bringing pesa mfukoni to many residents in this area, and therefore we must protect, including livestock also. Stealing livestock, one cow, two cows here. There have been some criminals who have been invading people's homes, stealing one animal here and there. And you know these animals, somebody may have taken loan from cooperative to buy a good cow and so forth, and then stolen and slaughtered. The same problem we encountered in Nyandarua yesterday. And the security team is on high alert. I'm going to have that conversation with the chiefs to see how best we are going to ensure that there is an intervention in every location, sub-location to protect farmers who are losing their livestock or their farm produce. I will take 3 questions and then we will call it a day. Yes, I'll start with you. Yeah.
Yes, my name is Clement Masambo from KTN. We have seen heavy deployment of security officers at Njkia ahead of Rigathi Gachagua's arrival in the country. Yeah. Perhaps, is it part of the security plans you talked about yourself?
Yeah. I'll answer you last. So let me start with the things that concern Nyeri. Anybody who has something that concerns this region. So all of you are just asking that one question.
Mine is a national matter,
okay.
From last year.
Okay, you introduce yourself.
Yes. Kamau Mwangi, Citizen TV Nyeri.
Correct.
And my question goes to both yourself and the IG.
Yeah.
Last year, there was this man or gentleman was arrested for perpetuating crimes against women in the Kware murders
Yes.
from last year.
Yes.
Where are we with that? Where is Collins Tumaisi? He's
Yeah.
not been found to date, and is Kware still an active crime scene?
Which was another name.
He had two accomplices.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
You're saying the accomplices. Thank you for asking that question, because I forgot earlier. The other problem we have in Nyeri is gender-based violence. Gender-based violence and cases of defilement. They are also very high. And it's a matter of great concern because it's perpetuated by family members, close relatives. This case is also of gender-based violence, including sexual offenses, is also linked to this alcohol and drug abuse. And again, we are encouraging the society not to keep quiet in terms of dealing with these issues. They must speak out. Gender-based violence is a matter of great concern. You will hear us in the venue when we are discussing today. Our encouragement is to our local chiefs and assistant chiefs to make sure that this is not being normalized in some communities, but others are being called to resolve that problem of gender-based violence and say that, families have agreed. Defilement happens, and then they say families have agreed. This is something we must not accept and we must not normalize. On the question of, and that's why there is a pending question about the suspect who was arrested in Nairobi linked to the cases of femicide at the Embakasi Kware dump site, or a dump site there near the quarry. And it's regrettable that the guy escaped from custody and that he is still at large together with the accomplices. And the police are still pursuing. It's notable that two newspaper adverts were put into circulation to see if any citizen or any person has any knowledge about their whereabouts. It is our expectation that they be found, established where they are, dead or alive. It is of great concern. I see some people who want to score cheap political points out of this very heinous act. It's something that we take seriously. Remember that the president, even pursuant to that incident, established a task force to look at the issues of femicide in the country, and the report is ready. We should be able to present its findings, most of its findings related to some of the things I talked about: society, investigations, early warnings, communication. It's also very sad that many people have their loved ones, they don't talk with their loved ones for months, and they never ask themselves where they are, they never report. Of course, a number of cases are reported, but part of the reasons why these things are not napped also in good time is failure to report in good time cases of missing persons, particularly some of these characters who are targeting women. So we are on course. We continue pursuing where they are. They are not the only criminals who are at large. Some of other suspects, National Police Service is pursuing about robbery violence, among others. Sometimes they go underground. Sometimes also you'll find that they may be dead. But we must find out where they are, whether it's dead or alive.
Yeah, because Waziri, the question is, for how long do the families of these loved ones have to wait until they get the justice that they deserve?
We cannot put timeline on something that we have absolutely no control as to where they are. If it was an issue where the National Police Service knew that somebody is sitting there and they are saying investigation is not going, it would have been an issue. But somebody who is running and we are pursuing, by all means, we must take the shortest time possible based on the circumstances and based on the circumstances of every case to make sure that they are apprehended. And we really need public support. We want to ask Kenyans, if it's even possible for us to put another advert, we can do so, and ask as many Kenyans as possible to help us with information on his whereabouts, so that we can, and their accomplices. And even if they, for whatever reason, they are still not alive, somebody should tell us about the same.
Maybe we hear from the IG in terms of whether the place is still a crime scene? Is that's okay? Was it?
The answer is the same. Yeah, the answer does me. Actually, it's the one who gave me the answer to read in Parliament. So the answer is the same. I don't get my answers from any other source. Any other question? I'll conclude with your question. So
Yes.
I will not forget. I'm not forgetting.
One last question. My
Yeah.
name is Mercy Mulu from the Daily Nation newspaper. It's been a year since the Hilltop and the Russia accident that saw 21 boys perished. We have not heard anything from the government. No report. What is going on?
I would be lying to tell you. I would be lying to tell you that I am aware of the where the report is at the moment. It would be something I would try to find out. The investigations was instituted and it was coordinated by the Ministry of Education because it was an education issue. But of course, the National Police Service are involved. And multi-agency level of involvement. Maybe then, based on your question, we can either find out before the forum starts, and then how far it is. I can call my colleague in education, and we can consult also with the IG so that during the forum I can answer your question. So I hope that you will be there for me to make a better informed clarification during the Jikwala Usalama forum. There was an Anne somewhere here. Yeah.
In the issue of the threat against this, actually, the issue of the liquor license board is actually within the country.
Yes.
You perhaps coming up with a regulation or rather working out within the counties, the county assemblies to ensure that we
Tighten that issue. A lot of what is happening with alcohol now is about enforcement. I am very happy that this is one of the counties, together with Nyandarua, that have a very good law. You can't fault the county assembly or the county government on the legislation. This county established way back very good legislation about licensing. And they have been very strict in terms of licensing. I have been briefed today that the licenses only, there are about 17 bars. Is it Nakada? 17 bars that have only been licensed in this county. The only sad story is that there are many bars that are operating without license. So the issue is to have a joint enforcement between the counties themselves, because they have an enforcement department with the counties, with the help of the police officers and the security team and NACADA, to close these bars. Something I didn't even say earlier, which is important for me to say, is that in part of the areas where there is proliferation of also adulterated alcohol or alcohol that is substandard or so, it can't happen without the collusion of also local security agencies. So there is usually a failure somewhere by the OCS or a chief or a national government official. So we have what we have done, and what the IG has done, is to reorganize to every other time to reorganize the police officers pursuant to the intelligence information that comes out from the citizens on those who are colluding with these unscrupulous business people to allow these adulterated alcohol to be sold, especially ethanol. So we are dealing with our own officers also. Some are being taken through disciplinary procedures. Some where we cannot really find clarity as to how they were involved are transferred or to go and perform other duties, especially those who we may not have proper evidence that they are committed something, but where there is laxity on their part, they can be redeployed to go and do something else. I guess we have answered those questions. On your question about security at the airport, the National Police Service is always alert to ensure that they protect our critical installation. The Jomo Kenyatta International Airport has a full-fledged commander in charge of all the airports in the country. He's based there, but also we have airport police that take care of our airports across the country. It's important for every citizen when they travel or they come back to observe the law, to observe the rules that apply in the use of our airport, and not just the airport, the roads, everywhere. Everybody needs to be observant in terms of the law. You are the one who has informed me that there is a heavy deployment. I was not also aware. But generally, police, even the IG doesn't have to know about a deployment in a particular place. The National Police Service is decentralized, and everybody will do their job unless they are seeking for specific requests from the IG that there is need for enforcement. The IG will be informed. But the IG generally, everybody everywhere, a police officer everywhere doesn't have to call the IG before they do law enforcement. They can do their job and report to the IG through the required channels. So I must assure Kenyans that National Police Service is